everyone, it's Mike here for you, and tonight I'm very excited to be able to bring you this extra special Shisha tobacco review. Before I get into it, let me just go ahead and explain why it's a very special review. Number one, it is a brand new product, brand new flavor, so those are always very special. And number two, most importantly, I'm not only going to give you my opinion of the flavor, but I'm also going to give you the opinions of 6 other very reputable reviewers within the hookah community today. And so with that said, guys, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of anticipation. Without any further ado, I'm very pleased to bring to you the North American Hookah Alliance, or commonly known as NAHA. That being said, let's go ahead and get on into things, folks. This is going to be on the brand new brand, Othmani, and the flavor is going to be the Aegean spice. This one is of the Turkish line. Within the Othmani brand, there are 3 different lines. There's a Turkish, a Lebanese, and an Arabic. We're going to do one review of each line, guys, so be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, it was sponsored to us by medlock.com, so a huge thanks to all the folks over there for sending this out and giving us this chance to do this review for you. And going back to each individual line, guys, like I say, there's 3 different lines, but overall, as a brand, Othmani, their aim is to deliver a more of a traditional type tobacco, but that also appeals to more of a modern mulatto type smoker. So that being said, let me go ahead and get on into the review and kind of tell you how they achieved that within this. So with that, the cut, as you see, guys, it is your medium choppy cut, pretty juicy, a little bit of stems in there, more or less a modern mulatto type cut. Now it is dyed red, but not to worry, folks, if you're a dye hater, it's soon going to be forgotten and it will be undyed in the very near future. As far as the smell goes, folks, when you open this up, it's very decadent. It really puts me to mind of the holidays or of a bakery, something like that. It's a very creamy-like smell, more or less a vanilla, and it's backed up by a few spices, those spices being cinnamon and cardamom. More or less a cinnamon over the cardamom, but overall you get a nice strong smell of the vanilla backed up by the spices. Now as far as the vanilla goes, it's very reminiscent of an alfalfa vanilla. It's kind of a cake batter type vanilla. It's not a straight vanilla. So if you like alfalfa vanilla, you're going to love this. And if you like spices, that just gives you a little bit extra enjoyment as well. So as reviewers, guys, we know that it is important to review the flavor the best that we can, and by doing so, we've all smoked this a couple times. We saved enough for this review, and we've got a pretty good idea about the flavor. We're all using common setups. As far as our hookahs, we're using water in the base. We're all using a small Egyptian or Egyptian-like bowl, single layer of heavy-duty foil, and coconut natural coals of each one of our choice. So that being said, let's go ahead and show you some clouds, and I'll tell you a little bit about the flavor. So it's got pretty good clouds, not entirely too big, but very, very nice, pretty on par with other modern mulattoes. So they achieved their goal as far as that goes. Then again, of course, with that little bit of juice that's going on in it, you're going to have some clouds. Now, as far as the flavor goes, it's pretty much exactly as I smell. On the inhale, though, I'm getting more of the spice, that cinnamon, and then followed a little bit by the cardamom. But the cardamom's not too noticeable. You can if you really hunt for it, but more or less you're getting a cinnamon, and that cinnamon just really hits your tongue and stays on it. And then on the exhale, that sweet cake batter like vanilla comes out at the end, and then it just has that cinnamon lingering on your tongue on the exhale, and it makes it very nice. It's very smooth as far as the flavor goes, and really it's very enjoyable. As far as heat management, it's incredible. It will definitely take some heat. I'm using a small Egyptian bowl with 3 coals on there right now. I generally use 2, but I just wanted to go ahead and give you an idea about the heat management. The longevity of it, it goes well into the second round of coals on a small Egyptian, so the longevity is excellent as well. So overall, in my opinion, you know, I'm a huge vanilla, in particular alfalfa vanilla, and I'm a huge spice flavored fan. And when they go hand in hand together, it's really up my alley. The only thing that I can really say about this that I would like to, a little bit of improvement on would be that the spice stands out a little bit more. The vanilla is very strong. It's a very bold flavor overall. It's not weak and it's not too strong, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely a nice strength level as far as the flavor goes. So that being said, if the spice came out just a little bit more, this would be a perfect shisha for me. Otherwise, it's pretty close, and I'm going to have to give it a 9 for 10. So with that being said, guys, again, I'm not going to give you just my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Hugenstein, and he'll go from there.
Hey everybody, it's Hugenstein. Now here's my review. What I smelled, something very reminiscent to vanilla, something closer in the terms of Al Fakir's vanilla. It has a creamy, almost cake batter-like aroma that mixes with some very nice combinations of spice. Now, do I taste what I smell? I absolutely do, believe it or not. Very, very on key, on point with what you smell. You get this creamy, smooth vanilla, something that closely reminds me of Al Fakir vanilla, and the spice combination is subtle and it's smooth and it matches the vanilla-like substance that I get. The only thing I could possibly see wrong with this is that it isn't a little stronger. I would say the flavor strength is probably 6 out of 10. I would personally be loving this if it was a little stronger. However, that does not deter from the fact of its actual execution. It is wonderfully executed. Therefore, my final rating. A 7 out of 10. It's beautiful, it's subtle, it's great for after dinner, it's a perfect late night smoke. So that's my rating. Now stay tuned, I have AOJ next.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Hugenstein. So, AOJ coming at you guys. I'm going to give you guys my take on this flavor. As far as the smell, there's only really 2 key ingredients, personally, based off my personal opinion, which is some type of cinnamon and some type of vanilla. Like Mr. Hugenstein said, it's very reminiscent to Alfalfa's vanilla. When I first smelled this flavor, that's the key element that I was getting. That's what it reminded me the most, is that Alfalfa vanilla. If you guys never had Alfalfa vanilla, I recommend you guys try that before giving this a go, so you guys get an idea. Some people might not like that sweet type of flavoring or that cake batter type of flavoring, and this is very similar to that. Given that it has some type of spice, it kind of turns it up a little bit and gives it some type of different type of aspect to it. But I'm gonna show you guys a couple clouds right now. As you can see, clouds are big white puffy clouds. So that's what I'm getting based off the smell. It smells just like it tastes, which is that cinnamon, the vanilla type of flavoring. There is another key element in this flavoring, but as far as my personal opinion, I'm really not. I really can't determine what it is. I don't smoke too many spice flavorings, so I really can't tell you guys if there is any other type of spice. But that's a key spice that I'm getting, is that cinnamon, the nice creamy vanilla, nice blend. Definitely dig it. As far as the flavor strength is very strong in my personal opinion. I got a lot of heat on it, so the flavor strength is very intense with my bowl. It's personally somewhere around a 6.5. As far as this tobacco as a whole, I'm going to go ahead and rate it an 8. It's a nice winter flavor. It's a nice flavor that you can smoke when it's cold out. Like tonight, it's very cold out tonight, so it's definitely a good type of flavoring to smoke on that nice winter night. So as far as my personal opinion, I'm going to go ahead and rate it an 8 out of 10. I got Hookah Demon up for you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Hookah Demon here, and this flavor for me, I get a really strong vanilla flavor, and right in the background I also get a hint of cinnamon as well. Those are the 2 major flavors that stand out for me, and I would describe the the vanilla flavor that I get, it's a really creamy, like a cream cheese frosting sort of flavor. It tastes a lot like Alfacker's vanilla, and the hint of cinnamon in the background really blends it well together. And that's what I get when I smell it. Let's see if I can get the same thing when I taste it. Definitely, the vanilla definitely sticks out a lot. I do think it is the more dominant flavor in this mix, and you can definitely tell you can get the spice flavors in the background. Mostly I'm tasting cinnamon in the background, but it's very heavy on the vanilla, and it mixes really well with the cinnamon flavor. As you can see, it's getting very, very decent clouds, and the flavor lasts a decent amount of time. Like, I can get at least 2 rounds of coals on here. So my rating for this, I'm going to have to give it a 7, mainly because I think the spice flavors could be a tad more stronger. I know it mixed pretty well together, but I do think the flavors could be just a tad more stronger, and then I'd be more satisfied. But yeah, my overall rating is going to be a 7. Next up, Hookah Frank.
Hey everybody, it's Hookah Frank here. My thoughts on the flavor. It smells very much like the holidays. This time period coming up with the baking and stuff. It smells like almost like a cinnamon roll. Very creamy vanilla enveloping into cinnamon. I'd almost like to eat the stuff. It smells so good. But as far as the taste goes, decent smoke quality, and the flavor very similar to how it smells. You get the creamy vanilla enveloped in the cinnamon, and I also taste a few other spices as well. It's very pleasant. If I were to give it a rating, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 because I think the cinnamon could be stronger and the vanilla could be toned down a bit, but regardless of that, it's still a great flavor, and I definitely recommend you try it. It's been Hookah Frank. Smoke often, have fun, and enjoy. Stay tuned, because Dragonfly Mike is up next.
What's up, guys? It's Dragonfly Mike 77. When it comes to the flavor, it's definitely a strong vanilla spiced flavor. It's perfect for the holiday season. Take a poke for you guys. As you can see, you get good cloud production from it, and on the inhale, you get a little bit of a vanilla flavor. It's not too strong. It's the exhale that really has everything that I like in it. It's got, as I said, a creamy vanilla. It's not as sweet as Alfacker vanilla, but it's still sweet. Then you get the spices, the cinnamon, the cardamom. It just is absolutely delicious. When it comes to my rating, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. On a Dragonfly Mike 77 rating, it's a thumbs up. Hands down. It takes heat well. It's just one of my favorite parts of this tobacco is the smell that it leaves in the air is phenomenal. It just makes your apartment or your house smell like fresh bakery goods during the holidays. It really is a fantastic smoke. To recap on the flavor real quick, you get that nice vanilla flavor. It's sweet but not overpoweringly sweet, and then those spices come in, the cinnamon, the cardamom, and it just creates a fantastic smoke. I'm really impressed with this flavor in general. I think it's fantastic. Up next is our international reviewer, Canadian Shisha.
Hey guys, Canadian Shisha. For this flavor, the smell, it smells very decadent. It smells like a frothy, buttery vanilla, more along the lines of like a cream cheese vanilla, as opposed to like a vanilla ice cream cone or a sweet vanilla. Also, I'm getting a lot of cinnamon, and as well as other spices such as like cardamom, but they're not as prominent as the cinnamon is. I'll show you guys the clouds here real quick. As you guys can see, really robust, prominent clouds as well. And with the flavor, I'm picking up, like I said, a very full, buttery vanilla. Not as like I said, not like a vanilla ice cream cone or a more natural vanilla, but like a frosting, vanilla frosting on top of like a carrot cake, that kind of buttery frosting. It's a very decadent taste. You get a lot of really natural cinnamon. It's when you inhale it and you let it hit the tip of your tongue, it tastes almost the same as chewing on a cinnamon stick, as well as you get a really nice mild cardamom in the background as well. Mild enough that I don't have to worry about ghosting my hose. As far as a full over rating, I'm definitely going to give this an 8 out of 10. I really think it's a delicious mix between a nice frothy buttery vanilla and some really well mixing spices. Like I said, a really natural cinnamon and a nice light cardamom flavor. It reminds me a lot of Tangier's horchata, but not as milky, more frothy and a little bit more of a fuller, sweeter taste to it. As well as, I want to get into heat management. Heat management on this is very, very simple. As far as flavor durability, like for how long the flavor stays, this is the second time I've smoked this, and the first time it lasted about 15 minutes till the end of my second round of coals. So you get a really nice longevity of flavor, as well as a really decadent taste as well. It's a really great flavor. Anyways, guys, that's my review. Like I said, I give it an 8 out of 10. And stay tuned. It's back to you, Mike.
Well, there you have it, folks. 7 reviews within one video. As consumers, guys, we do realize that when you're trying to determine which flavors you want to try out, you tend to go to YouTube or other video hosting sites and watch as many reviews as you find necessary to get a good description of the product. So our goal was to go ahead and eliminate you doing a whole bunch of searching on YouTube or wherever and give you those reviews all within one video and at a little bit of a better length of time than you would to watch 7 individual videos. So hopefully you found it useful, found it helpful. We thank you for watching, and we thank you for actually watching the whole thing. Now, as far as our final score, guys, basically what we're going to do is we're going to take everybody's final score and give you a group average, and that group average for Othmani Aegean Spice comes down to a little over a 7.5 out of 10. So we'll go ahead and say 7.5 out of 10 for the Othmani Aegean Spice. That being said, guys, that's going to wrap things up. I want to go ahead and give a very special thanks to Bassam at medwalk.com for sponsoring us with this product, giving you the chance to do the review and get the word out there. And you can find it at medwalk.com, of course, and also you're going to be able to find it at 5starhookah.com. As of right now, these are the only 2 vendors that's going to be carrying the product. Go check it out. Definitely a brand worth looking into. As I said, we got a couple more Othmani reviews to come, so keep an eye out for that. And until next time, guys, smoke on.